welcome back. It's been a while, but I want to make sure I get the next episode done. As always, I ask, hopefully I can earn your scripts today, but I figured out what I was doing wrong last episode with the setup I'm about to do right now, and it's a giant loop with a feedback center industrial setup, sort of. So hopefully if you like what you see, I can earn your scripts today, like I say. If you want to hit other buttons, that's up to you. Thank you very much. I love feedback. I love to hear what you guys are thinking, but these videos are long form, and I know that some people just like to put them on, and they listen and listen and listen. It's perfectly fine. I just never hear anything sometimes. Other times I hear all kinds of conversation. If I make a mistake, oh my God, do I hear about it. If I do things fine, radio silence. And I'm like, am I doing a good job? I have no idea. So whatever. Thank you so much. It's a way for me to talk to people as I think I talk about my thoughts. Because a lot of times when I was a kid, since I'm a verbal learner, a visual learner, speaking things out was part of that. Even though you didn't get to see it, you get to hear it. And hearing it out loud would actually be helpful for some of the things I would mess up. So what I messed up was I was trying to figure out how to tie this warehouse in. There's 7 different resources over here and 4 different towns I want to connect. Rochester, Des Moines, Omaha, and Sykes. Or Sykes Fall, I think I'm saying that wrong. And I can't do it. There's no way to tie all that together. So having a second warehouse over here might be worth it, but is it worth it only for, let's see, these 4 resources, and then down here I feel like these 4, maybe if I want to go down and get clay, which I really don't want to, who knows? So I'm going to go into it as soon as I can in terms of like getting trains moving. What I'm doing is good, but I need to start getting resources accruing because they need all these. They also need fruit and they need sugar. They don't need cotton. They don't, unless I put up another fabric thing around here, which I really don't want to do. Like I said, we only have 6 years until all of our goals have to be met. Would it pay itself off? It depends. I think the answer is yes, but I think right now getting trains moving is more important. And by the time that matters, the answer is probably no. Because I was looking at some of the costs of some of these places, like this fruit farm is 466. Not really worth it. The sugar plantation over here, 733. No. The corn place, 599. No, 600 grand. The cattle thing, which everyone wants cattle. Everyone wants cattle. 900 grand. No. The only one that I saw is worth it is maybe this milk farm, and for under half a million, and then this lumber mill for 133. That might be worth it. There's also a grain farm, and I know we're gonna need grain, so maybe those two, because they're out in the middle of nowhere, and we're gonna have a warehouse here eventually, filling all 4 of these, maybe the 5th for clay. And then we'll have another one here, which takes advantage of the salt, the milk, the corn, and the cotton, and then those vegetables. So basically I need 3 warehouses, and they're not cheap. So let's go start doing this right away while I'm bullshit with you folks. So what I want to do is get these tied in, and a rail line running either to Rochester and then running this way up to Sykes, or say, screw it, use the existing track to come down here and then go up this way, which will make this track very, very, very full. And I was like, well, do I want to take another track up this way to tie these 2 cities together to let them grow? Because passengers and rail, or passengers and mails, are a very good way to make money. And I kind of want to. I don't think it's a bad thing. So let's just do it. Let's get a train station, large train station with signal control. That way they do it. I could make smaller, but I'm choosing not to. Now I could do this where I put it like this, but I'm gonna put it like this in here and let the train line come in from the side so it doesn't have to like have a dead end terminal station. I don't like terminal stations. I think they screw you very, very quickly in terms of like being able to build. And I don't want to get that. I really don't. So I'm gonna have a tie off most likely here, let these guys have their own private little thing. And if I need to go through here, even though I terminated this, you know what? You know what? I'm looking at that. I said I don't want a terminal station. I made a terminal station. This is not how this should be. So we're gonna like tie it in so they can go out the other way and not have to go back down the line. There's a reason I tied it in with this way to make sure we have like other ways, but that wasn't meant to be to force this into being a terminal station. So we're gonna like this. And we're gonna make it so it can trying to think, do I want that to be the case? Because there's another way out over here. We don't need it to come back so they can come this way in from this direction. So I don't need to. All right, fine. So we'll go 1%. There's a 2. I'm trying to make this go as quick as possible. Last episode was pretty slow, and I'm a little annoyed at myself because my mind was on a million different things at once. And I want to make sure I don't waste time. So that station can go that way. And there will be another station or rail going this way so we can actually come up this way. So I could just go in the back. I said I was going to do that. And I'd build a bridge, be my first bridge the whole game. No, my second bridge. No, my first, because this was built by NPC. The reason I'm doing this, I want to make sure I put the signals in before I forget, because if not, I will forget. And this one here. Stop there. And then this one doesn't, like those 3 will take care of that, because I don't want on this line, if I can help it. I'm putting in automatic signals. It should take care of most of it so the trains can get moving as soon as possible. Now, with that way, and we have Rochester to tie in. Rochester, I was noticing some things, by the way. I lived over at Rock Island. I've been shipping grain to Rock Island to make money for a long time. I can't buy this brewery now. This thing, look at this thing. No. 300 grand. No. I'm good. No. I'm not doing that. Now, they have a grain farm right here, so I can take the beer out and use it. I'm going to, but that would require shipping. I think these places have a brewery, because I have a brewery somewhere else, don't I? Yeah, I have a brewery. No, I don't own that brewery. No, I think I own the brewery down here, so I gotta start getting more grain, maybe even tie this in and get it down there, because we are shipping some grain. I did a few things off stream. The only thing I did was I set up 3 different train lines that were well forgotten about early in the playthrough. So let me get this up here. Oh, yeah, that's right. Can't do it that way. This game does it differently. So I want to get this. Try not to do any earthwork stuff. I'd rather not do earthworks. And I'm cutting way over to make sure I can get in there. And I'm not going to connect it out this way for now. So I'm just going to take advantage of what I have available. And yes, I could have put the station this way and done it, but I want to make sure I have that option. Come on, stop the earthworks. Come on, no more earthworks, not 4%. Oh my God. 3's fine. I'm not happy, but I'm okay with it. Now I'm going to tie this in to the middle here, 1%. It's a little bit of earthworking, but I'm okay with it. And build. Now we get the track bonus if we go next to each other. Well, we should. Parallel track should be the case. It's not giving me any kind of bonus. Apparently it hates me. It's pretty cheap, though, to put it in. That's it. 100 grand. Okay. Now, I don't need Rochester to go down here, but I'm going to put this in because I'm going to forget if I don't. And then I'll signal it, because that way it's a little easier on myself. So let's go to, like, here, where after the earthworks. There we go. And we get our cones. You know, I really wish the devs, had not done the track system this way. I think it's one of the main reasons, because I've been looking at some of the reviews of this game, and from what I can tell, a lot of people aren't able to figure this out. I had to have someone help me with it on stream, and I'm like, why did they choose to do it this way? And because I'm part German, I can say the best answer I got was, they're German. And I'm like, huh. And it makes sense if you're very efficient. I'm not. I'm only part German. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I was making mistakes. And then someone had to come on comms and explain, because I had no idea why you had to do it a certain way. And if the devs would just make it where you make double track, right, and then just do what you want, and then the game figures it out, it would probably be better. Maybe in number 2 they did. I'm not sure. I honestly have no idea. So we're going to stop it here. We're going to stop it here. We're going to stop it here. And yeah, I got to remove some signals. I should have done the auto signaling after I was done, but I made a mistake. We need this one. Flip it, flip it, flip it. And then make this one automatic. And then this one here. You do this so the train doesn't stop on top of the switch and screw everything up. That's, I think a lot of you know this though. Or watching this thing long term. So we got 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. I do need to remove this one. So that's out. And then put probably another one like up here. Because this one's probably like, I'll put some automatics. It chose not to put one there. That's pretty much the right part about that. Then remove that one. That should do it. I know it's a little bit of a longer line, and the station will get a little backed up, but it's only if this thing gets crazy. All right, so that one's there, Des Moines, Rochester, Des Moines. I do want Saks Fall, but I want to put this in first, and then we'll put that in afterwards. That is an extra city, and if I get it, I get it. If I don't get it, oh well. So we need to make sure that these are tied in without doing this bullshit from last time. This is not happening. No. I will do a circle first. Like if I have to go like do like a circle this way and then come like, basically I'm not doing that. So I have to figure out a way to get this in here, this in here, and this in here without doing that. Though I do have to admit, if I put the fruit farm in there too, and all 4 go in here, then I can't work on, I can't. I was trying to avoid this. I got to figure out a way to make a longer train line, right? If I go train line, train line, train line down here, and then tie this in and then go like maybe around. I mean, no, I don't want, what am I thinking here, man? There's got to be a way to tie this in without making, because I got to make sure I can have a maintenance yard so they can get their supplies without screwing this all up. And yes, I'm using train stations. Not, is it a super one? What is that? That's large. No. What? Okay, it's these because they're only feeders. They're meant to be feeders. So go out just a little bit this way. Now we have to figure this out. So 1, 2, 3. They could all go down this way. Like that, or I could just put like a supply thing on each track way out there, and that way they would take care of it. But it would cost me, it's only 27 grand. Making the whole line bigger to save 27 grand is kind of stupid. That's my thought, you know, because they're very cheap. I just got to make sure they don't overfeed each other too, because Lewis Fattening, yes, that's the name they named it, is going to be dumping to this warehouse, and then everything will come out this way most likely. Okay. Okay, I got it. I got you. I got you, fam. I think. Can we just go, like, hello? I want to see if I can save that little field there. I don't think I'm going to be able to, but I'm going to try. The other way to do this is to, like, go the other side or something. I'm pissed off. I don't want to do this. Man, come on, you can do this. I am so like scatterbrained today. I woke up and I have all this like real life crap I got to do, and I'm annoyed with it. And it's my brain running rampant through my mind. So if I go up here, right, and I tie this in. No, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna go like this. What I'm trying to do, actually, cancel that one. I want to continue planning, but I don't want to do it that way. All right, cancel all that shit. Get out of the way. I need you to come down here a little bit. And I need you to come out to about here. Because Can you tell I'm angry? I'm angry. A little angry on this one. Well, because I couldn't tie it in the back. And then people go, why'd you tie it in the back? I mean, well, it's that way. It's too close. The other thing I can do is move the warehouse. Okay, cancel that. Can I just demolish this? Let me save it for 5 seconds. I want to see if it's going to give me my money back, because if it is, I can do this. Oh. Yes. Perfect. Great, 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 great. I got all my money back. All right, let's move the station back a little bit, because we don't need it to be there. It's just nice to have it there. Big warehouse with signal control. So if I put it over here, I mean, yeah, it's farther away, but I need that room to be able to get the maintenance I want to get done. And then I could feed all those areas. That's better. Okay. Yep. Okay, thank you. I hate when my brain does that. It gets all angry and says, no, 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 you can do better, you can do better. And I'm like, yeah, I know, shut up. And my brain goes, no, 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 you need to do this. So I'm gonna connect from this one to this first. All right, and we're gonna have some feeder lines. But I wanna go like this. That's it here. Now we're committed. And the reason I'm doing this, like, I don't want to have a bunch of like mistakes later on that I have to fix. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, hey, that's the nature of these games. And it is. It is. So what I'm going to do is put the maintenance thing right about here where this connects. So there's like basically a way out. Then they can stop. Actually, I'll put it over here. Let them stop way the hell out there. That way they're not getting in each other's way. I'm going to tie the tracks in first and see the best place for it. Gotta love me some 0%. I'm trying to go somewhat quick so you guys can see the train building. And I know I gotta redo those too, but that should be okay. When I say by redo is I gotta do a crossover in front of each, and I'll do those in a minute. I just want to make sure the trains, because we can go up as long as I'm not doing like 15 trains up here, which I'm not gonna be. I can reuse some track and make some savings like that. That'll be fine. When I say that is if I go up here, like if I have a train or two trains waiting to go in this station, I will block this track down here, which will be horrible, but I'm not going to put that many on this thing. The idea is to do like one train for a while and let them just work it out. And then, because if you're going off shorter distances, you're reusing this line compared to doing each individual line out, kind of like I almost did, which is what I am attempting to do. I could just go this way too and leave that. I don't care about that. They'll move the field. My brain just says, save it. I'm like, no. That's the outside room. I love when I do that. I love when I do that. That is so good. When you grab next to it and the whole thing doesn't work. I actually had a whole scenario where I was sitting there on one of those and people in chat were trying to scream at me, fix it. I'm like, fix what? I couldn't see it. Yeah, exactly. Move it. So we're like this. And this is so trains can come in and then they can go to the other track after they're done. I'll do the signal in a minute. Because this setup is going to cost a lot of money, but it's going to make us a lot of money. That's the hope. Because the amount of stuff, like every single place needs all this stuff. All the clouds coming. I love how time's advancing even though the game is paused. Good, nice touch, nice touch. So the train line stops there. Okay, that's tied in. Then now we have the last grain farm, which I was debating, like, you know, the industry thing. I didn't want to buy existing industries. I was thinking, what if I said screw the industries themselves, like the resource industry, and instead I built the mid-tier stuff like the beer, the wine, the cloth, that kind of stuff, and the meat. And I was like, you know, that might be worth it, the butcher, because everyone up here has a butcher, right? Omaha has a butcher right now, and the butcher is $4.59 now, or $4.49 now. Is that I even just said, you know, it may not be worth it, but there might be a way where it is worth it. But I'm not gonna play it this scenario. I don't have a lot of room to left with. What I was gonna do was go to banking activities and buy food and consumer goods, which it shows you consumer goods under here. These are consumer goods. No, I'm wrong. It's under tips and tricks, under other industries, production, no, economy. It's one of these. I know there's a way. Yeah, here it is. This is where it shows you what each one is, so you can buy the stock. So these are raw materials. These are consumer goods. No, I'm wrong. These are industrial goods. These are consumer goods. So I would be going into this industry with beer, cloth, dresses, and liquor. I don't have a need for the other ones up here. Like, I can do cotton, but it's only the people that need the cloth need cotton. So if you go into consumer goods, you can make some money that way. Foodstuffs, we're really going into, and maybe I should just buy the stock market for it. That's the way you do it. When I say the stock market, I mean here. You go to banking activities in the foodstuffs market here. Like, notice how it's starting to go higher already. It's going up. I could sell my shares and make some money. I also did the same thing on raw materials, which has crashed. So I'd make a loss on that one. But that would get me some money back. And since we're investing heavily into foodstuffs, like heavy, it might be worth it because the whole market's going to get better as we feed 4 different towns. Plus, if there's extra, we can always ship it back down. Plus, there's 2 more cities at the very bottom of the map on the west side. There's Kansas, Columbia, and Fayetteville. I think that's how you say that. So if I can tie those in, one, we're getting pasture and male growth, and then we can take all the food from the warehouses and start shipping. Because if I have another warehouse, let's say like right here, I need to get milk in there, I need to get vegetables in there, and I need to get lumber in there anyway. There's going to be meat, and then there's cotton all over the place, and the sugar and the vegetables over here. It's worth it. I think it's worth it. But the thing is, we only have 6 years to make our money back. And the thing about this is, though, if you look at the, like I just showed you, look at raw materials, look how much that's crashed. That's the lowest it's ever been. It might be worth buying a little. Consumer goods is low, industrial goods is high. So it might be worth buying in the raw material market if I'm going to tie in at least lumber and cotton. What else is, I think there's some other things. I would like to get her dead because iron and coal and lumber up there would be very nice. It's not essential. And there's also clay up there. They did open up a clay place, I just noticed, in Toledo, but it requires coal, which I can't get. And that's driving me nuts. There's iron over there too. I love how the scenario developers gave you basically almost what you needed over here, but not. With no coal, you can't do anything. Here's the only coal. There's coal all the way down here by Trisha, and there's coal all the way up here by Beatrix. That's it. The whole rest of the map, no coal. And I've looked everywhere. I've looked every goddamn place. The whole west side, nothing. I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah, that's how it is. So let's go back to what we're doing. Let's tie this in quick. I'd have to do the signaling, but I'm gonna tie this in first. Put on here. Why no? Okay, now it's fine. And I'm making sure this place here also has the same thing. That way, I know it's a triangle junction, but they work really well. All right, now let's go signal the whole shebang. Come on. Hello? Okay. See, all you have to do is these 6. You do the 2 in that are going to cross, and then you go up here, do the same thing, and you're done. That's it. It's the whole shebang. There you go, all done. Now up here, I'm going to take advantage of this and make sure these bigger stations are fully utilized by doing this. This lets you, I can change it later on, but for now, that'll let them, because they have automatic signaling. They'll figure all this crap out. They don't need me involved. At least I hope that's the case. If I'm wrong, yeah, you're more than welcome to let me know. I honestly don't know. Now, up here, as far back as I can, like right around here, I'm going to put basically, instead of going, hey, everyone has to stop. No, they don't. I'm going to make it a quad track here by this, so that way, if they're getting stopped, they can go past each other and say, no, 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 I don't want to do that. And you'll see what I mean. Like, this is Come on. There it is. It's ugly, but it works. Then you put a supply tower dead center middle. I kind of want on the other side. There you go. And now, if someone's in the station and in your way, you can just go around them. What I probably should do is like make it where they can just go around completely, but I'm like, if I see it, I'll take care of it. So for now, hello. Why would you want to go that way? Switch. Okay. And then when you go here, I'm going to put it where there's one. I'm trying to make this somewhat good on myself. I don't know if that's right. Maybe I should have made that longer, but with that turn, I can always move this back, but that's about the length of a train, is it? It is not the length of a train at all. It won't matter. It really shouldn't matter. I hope it doesn't matter. I really, I don't know if this is the right way. I think it's wrong. Because if I stop here, can he go into this section? I think I need those signals there to make sure they can go in that section. I could be wrong on that. I don't know. I do. Come on. This one should be fine. Yeah, this is too short. I already know it's too short. Instead of making a problem for myself, I'm gonna fix it now. And this is any kind of factory game ever, and it's like a factory game. I mean, right? Good enough? Yeah. Now this will probably be treated better, just so it can have more buffer in the system. I like that. There you go. So what I'm gonna do is say, turn this way. Nope, stop. I love how I'm literally hitting the button to flip it. The game's like, no. That's not what I wanted, actually. I hit control. I did not hit control. That should do it right. There you go. Now the other side with the same thing. Come on. There you go. Wait. Yeah, that should work. This one here, hit the control button. There you go. And then up here, this will be a very heavy line, but that should be okay. We have to do the same thing over here. Mostly just don't make a mistake. I love how it's like, hey, you want to do this right? No, I don't. That's what I want to do. Okay, so that stops that. The little birds there. Nice features like those. I really like those. Put one there. Then go up here, do the same thing. I'm literally hitting control. Stop you here. And you don't have to technically stop if those two are done, because you'll just keep on slamming through, but I'll put one there anyway. Or not. And you're fine up here, but I gotta change this because this is what I did want to do. So that goes there. That goes there. They should be fine here with the little signal up there. Sometimes they're not, and I'm not sure why that is. And I think it might be a train station with a signal, but I don't know. It's the one thing I'm not sure of this entire playthrough. Man, the amount of train stuff we have to set up. We're already 30 minutes in, Jesus. And now we go to the butcher. I mean, slaughterhouse, whatever it's called. No, sorry, not slaughterhouse. The, the name of this place. Meat market. Cattle ranch, damn it. Okay, so everyone's done. Supply towers are in. Towers are developed. We got 3 towns tied in. We're ignoring them for a minute. And I'm okay with that. And we're going to start these 4 going in. So the warehouse is going to have... Move this off. It's going to... What? Why? Hey. Select the goods. Oh. Corn. You know, I was told not to do cows, but I'm going to go against that and just do cows. Cows, corn, and so that's those four, and then fruit. Fruit. So those four are going to go in. The other thing I could do, by the way, is just do Rock Island to here for beer and then ship the beer out compared to hoping that Rock Island's going to do it right, because then I could also ship my own beer there. But that, what does that mean? That means that we can't do sugar. No, we can do sugar, but not cotton. Not against that. To start shipping Rock Island beer right here and then distribute it over here, because that way we're only having back and forth with one guy compared to 4 different trains or 3 different trains. Yeah, that might be a better move. Might be a much better move. I'll worry about that later on though. So there you go. So I'm gonna say, wait, max, settle volumes to max. There you go. Take as much you can in, good, and let's start shipping these 4 ASAP. Now I could, are any of these worth buying? 4.9, no. Kinda. This one's no. This one might be worth it because I know we're gonna make a lot. No, it's level 2. It's a shame. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna hold on to my don't buy raw industries thing, but we gotta figure out. Rochester has meat, so I could buy the butcher here. It's meat, and then I could have meat going in. See, this is where most people say don't ever do it. They always say take the meat right to the friggin' meat industry, or take the cattle right to the meat industry, and then from there you can get the meat to the warehouse. But, and there is one here too. There's not one here. And this one's feeding this, and this one's getting fed. I don't know how. Wait, are you feeding both? No. You're not getting cattle. So, oh, you are getting cattle from my thing. I don't own that, do I? No, I don't own it. Huh. Across the river. Good for you. Good for you. All right, let's just. Now you're probably saying, what is he thinking? Well, I could just take to Omaha instead of going down here first and straight over. But I got to tie in Sykes Falls first. And I'm at 1.3 million, so I know I'm spending money like it's going out of style. And I need to get at least sugar in here. Sugar would help. 2 trains might not be needed, but I could do 1. I could have the one guy, you know what I could do? I could have the butcher go here to the butcher, then go here to pick up sugar, and then take the sugar back here, then dump it off, keep going. That's a nice little circle for him if I make a little tie-in here and only keep the tie-in for this monorail. If I put it like up here to like here, that's the only way it's going to go. No one's going to go up this line to shortcut if I make another rail line this way. Yeah, okay. I talked myself into it. And yeah, it'll be blocking a little bit, but it doesn't need, technically, it doesn't need to have a tie-in this direction. It can only have one. So that might work out pretty well. I like that idea. It may seem a little weird the way and I am talking everything out loud because I know you can't understand what I'm thinking, which is the main reason I do these series. I hate seeing streamers and YouTubers make series and they never speak. And they're like, oh, look how awesome I am. And I'm like, I'm glad you're great at the game. People want to get better. Why don't you explain what you're doing? And they go, oh, they know. I'm like, no, they don't. No one knows what you're thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking half the time. All right, so we're going to put this in here. So if I make him go to Omaha with the meat and then go to the sugar, and from the sugar come back down to Omaha, he has to have a way to come up to here without having to go all the way this way. That's not bad. I can do that. It's a little tie-in. And then people will, maybe from Rochester, I don't think they're going to go like this over to, yeah, that's fine. What the hell was that noise? I heard like a hog or something. A hog. A hog. No? Yes. Right there. Not a very, that might be too tight. You know what? That's too tight. I'll bet you that's too tight. Well, I just wish I had a scale. I had like a model train I could dump on. I should have done, yeah, you know what? That's bad. That's bad. It's just too tight, and if you make it too tight, you might not actually have enough room for the trains to go in there and then come out. And I've made that mistake before. Like a train will sit here, like covering the whole thing, butt out here, and then the other train will come here, its butt will be out here, and then next thing you know, everything's all started up. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. I'm excited to see this train run go. I mean, this is the amount of building we're doing. I'm happy with what we're doing. We're going to make a lot of cash. Okay. I do have to put some more signals in the line. Same here too. No, they got some. All right, so this one here. Boom. Boom. There's already one there, so I want to stop you here. And I want to stop you probably not up there. So control, control, control. These are already pretty good. See, the big thing is this one all the way up here, there's no stop till there, and I can't put one back here. Well, I guess I could. That might work out. I hope that does it where the train's ass isn't hanging up here. But it should be all right. Okay. A few more signals. Nope. Take that off. If you control, it automatically separates them. And I'm making sure I do that. So they can be put where they need to be put. So much setup, man. Oh my god. Yeah, that's all set up. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to invest in the industries up here, and I'm okay with that. I guess not. Yeah, I guess you stop here or you don't. I mean, that's probably about the right length anyway. All right, so we got everything tied in. Now up here, do we have all four? Please stop. Yes, all four are there. So I'm going to start getting 4 engines going. Just all their job is to start stockpiling this crap while I get the engines going on this one. So we're going to unpause after we get this last one done. So new train, set up line, boom, to boom. Edit station, I want you to get this. I want you to get 8. I want you to go. At warehouse, 8, nothing. Add locomotive. I'm going to give it tractive power, all Baldwins. Everyone's a Baldwin. New train. Set up rail line. Evans to warehouse 4. Boom. 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 I hope I did that right last one. Boom. Okay. New train. Set up rail line. This farm. Edit station. Wait, no. Stop. Damn it. I made a mistake. Manage line. It's set up rail line. So there. Thank you. God damn. So from you, I want 8. Minimum 8. Go. It's also only... There's 4 rail lines. There's 4 lines there at the station. I can start saying manual. It's gonna... I think it's gonna automatically do this. Okay. Add locomotive, Baldwin, done. And then finally, Cooper Banner. And yeah, they're gonna run into each other, but they'll go nuts after they're done. Fix it up. So rail line, Cooper to warehouse. At Cooper, this one, minimum, go, start, add locomotive, Baldwin, fly through it. Man, I am going quick. There we go. Those are gonna start moving. So what I'm gonna do is unpause it. Ooh, extends network, 37 stations connected. Yes. So I'm gonna put this down to 1. And yeah, they might buy some of this crap. I don't care anymore. And I want to start making these 3 towns get taken care of. So Omaha, let's just start moving trains between. So I'm going to say, should I buy this? Is it worth it? I've been waffling on this. I'm not, no, I can't. All right, so what we'll do, new train, set up rail line, Rochester to Des Moines, to Omaha, to Des Moines. Yes, automatic. I'm going to go for speed on these a little bit, and we don't need traction power. We're not going to be doing... I'll say buy this. I'm going to flip back and say manage... No, not manage train. I need to change this. I need you to go to passengers and mail only. All the way down. That way, it doesn't need traction power as much. There you go. Now we're going to do another train. So rail line, Omaha, Des Moines. And Des Moines is going to get overdone. I want to build up Des Moines a lot. So Rochester, back to Des Moines. And you're going to be passengers mail only, save and exit, add locomotive, Roger Mark. I'm trying to go for speed on these. So that's why I'm doing that. So they're going to start from the middle. Now, I could do another movement from Des Moines to anywhere else. The other thing I could do at Des Moines is put an industry up, like beer. We already have beer across the river, but I just can't afford it. So I can put a beer industry or something. We have the two butcher. No. How much, out of curiosity, one last look. How much is it for a brewery? $180,000. Liquor industry would be better because we have fruit and we have tons of sugar, but we don't need the distillery for a while, and it won't make us money. The brewery will. So I'm going to buy a brewery, put it here. Now I own it. So now we own a brewery, and we're gonna have to overfund that. That's fine. It's gonna sit there for a minute while this warehouse gets a bunch of stuff, and then we have the sugar later on. So I'm gonna let these four go. So there you go. Unpause the game. Let them run a little bit. And I spent $3 million so quickly. It isn't funny. So one thing I'm gonna do. Oh, cotton farm in Sioux Falls. No, I don't want this. It like shows you where it is, but I don't want that. Like, I don't need it. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice, but not for that kind of cash. If they give me like a super deal, sure. But for now, no. The other way I'm going to do, I'm going to take Rock Island and I'm going to start shipping beer. Actually, they have all the beer they need. Indianapolis, they track gangs. Wait, what? Reduce the construction costs for tracks, except bridges and tunnels by 15%. Yeah. I want that.
Oh no, what bad luck.
Shut up, Trish. I'll take it. It's mine. Back off. I mean, I wish, of course, the cost of train tracks after just put out 1 million train tracks. You bitch.
Say, are you a bit slow? I have already bid.
No one cares, Beatrix. Okay, auction's over. So now we have cheaper tracks. Too late. We're almost at the end. So what I'm going to do, I want to look at one thing. We have a tremendous amount of beer here we're not using. I'm going to let Trisha take this. If she leaves with a bunch of tanker cars, we're going to kind of know. Because Rock Island right now is growing 61%. It's got way too... the warehouse is overfilled with beer. It's really good to move that crap away. The idea, though, is where would I move it, especially when I have my own brewery here. Because right now, I think... Let's check out Madison. Yeah, I know there's a lot of train problems, too. Madison has all the beer it needs. Chicago has one beer. That's all right. It will need more. How about Grand Rapids? They have their own brewery. Toledo, do you have the beer you need? You do. There's a brewery there we could buy. There's not it might be worth shipping really far down, like Louisville or Louisville. Yeah, they have none. So what I think I'm gonna do is ship the beer over there. You know, it's a distance. And what's going to happen, they're going to go through this, go this way around, and they go all the way around. It's a long train ride. Is it worth it? I don't think it is. I mean, it's a lot. They don't pay you for distance. They from what I can tell, and this is what drove me kind of nuts about this game, they don't pay you for distance travel. They pay you for like, oh, it's a car full. You're getting for the cargo. I'm like, if it goes across the country...
Have I told you already that I was up to nothing but adventures as a young woman? I was intrigued by anything new. And at the age of 17, everything is new. You know that. So I began...
Is she killing me?
Experimenting.
What did she do? What did she just do? I think she connected to the sugar farm, but I think that was already the case. I know she was part of the corn farm in Indianapolis. She had those. She has that. Nothing has changed. Why was that the case? All right, whatever. I'm going to go here to banking activities, and I'm going to go to food. And food is low, no, raw materials is low. I'm not going to touch it. I was going to mess with this. I'm not going to. I want to. I'm not going to. Oh, I want to kill her so bad. Oh, that's what it is. Surveyor. What does the surveyor do? What do you do? He conflicts with this guy who conflicts with this guy. So carries out precise surveys to reduce the cost of new routes by 7%. I'm not going to hire him because we already have an issue with these two. I don't want more of an issue. It'd be nice, but nah, it's okay. It's a shame. I would like a surveyor, but it's too late now. And that beer there, that was the biggest thing I saw. It was a huge issue. Plus, this line here, this grain, could be going in there in a heartbeat. That we have grain there, we're going to ship down to there in a heartbeat. So, whatever. And trains are moving. I don't like that they're going up empty, but hey, at this point, and I could clone them all. That might be better. That's a pretty long distance. Oh, maybe it is. Because the other thing we could do, which I haven't done, is we could actually make the train line here go across the river, and then we can start supplying Madison. Because Madison right now, with it being on the back end of Chicago like this, and up here from Rock Island, it's basically been screwed. Like, we own a cheese factory there. It needs milk. It has some milk going there, but it's going down here to the warehouse first. It's like, and there's a milk farm here, so I don't know. I'll have to see. If you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. If you got this far, you're awesome, because I love these games and I'm gonna let some stuff move, but we need to get more done. There's so much more to do, and I have to start moving. Actually, before I forget, now I'll do it at the start of the episode. I'll start moving to Omaha, Toledo with no stops, and let them to start making me that goal. I think we only have a few years to do it, and it's probably take a year to go across the way the game plays. Like, time goes pretty fast, and it's going to take a couple months to get trains going back and forth. You have to have the passengers. You can't just send out 20 trains and make it all in 5 seconds like you could in Railroad Tycoon 1, or 2 rather. All right, promoter. Ooh, what's this? The promoter can be utilized in all cities and will attract a great number of new citizens with advertisements and presence for the next 6 weeks. If you utilize and decline it, the promoter will be less effective. So if we have a city we're going to grow that's doing well, ooh, okay. And I'm thinking maybe Des Moines might be the case. Bridge collides with steamboat, excuse me. Mississippi bridge to stand trial. The bridge suddenly changed course and headed straight towards us, said the captain of the wrecked steamboat. Okay. This is being interpreted as a renewed attempt by the railroad to force river boatmen out of the freight business along the Mississippi. I see. Okay. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. And if you have any suggestions down below, please, I'd love to hear them. I don't expect most people to be this far in the video, especially when I already did my cadence once to get out of here. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.